Hi friends, welcome to Yoga Guru Maths theory videos. We are in theory now. Problems we have already solved in this app. You can check it by downloading this app. So today we will be studying symmetry. What is symmetry? Symmetry defines that one shape is exactly like the other when it is moved, rotated or flipped. Okay. See, basically this is symmetry. If I rotate this or flip this, suppose if I bring this point on this side and other point over here, it will be exactly the same. H also, this H. If I rotate this along this line, then what will happen? This will remain the same. So that is basically symmetry. That's why it's called moved, rotated or flipped. Moved means what? If it is moved from one point to another and a mirror is kept, then it should be symmetrical. That is the meaning. What is line of symmetry? The imaginary line or axis along which you fold a figure to obtain the symmetrical halves is called a line of symmetry. See this, if I fold this figure along this line, it will be exactly the same. So this is line of symmetry. Similarly for this square, if I fold it along this diagonal also, it will be the same. So square always has 4 lines of symmetry, 1, 2, 3 and 1, 4. It is not shown over here. So that is also a line of symmetry. For H, there will be 2 lines of symmetry, 1 and 2. When means you try yourself folding it. It will be exactly the same. Okay. It basically divides an object into 2 mirror image halves, right? So it will divide it into 2 halves. The line of symmetry can be vertical, horizontal or diagonal. Okay? See this, vertical, horizontal or diagonal, this one. In square you see all of them. Vertical, one is horizontal over here and third is diagonal. Okay? There may be one or more lines of symmetry. Right, so like you saw in square, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 lines of symmetry, right? So let's see each one. One line means if it has one line of symmetry, how do we say that? Figure is symmetrical only about one axis. It may be horizontal or vertical. Like see this word, a Toyota, this full word. See here, look at this full word as one. Only then you will be able to see this one line. Means what? If I cut it over here at Y and fold it, it will be the same. A, T, T, O, and Y half. So a Toyota has one axis of symmetry along axis passing through Y. Right? See this, vertical is always called Y axis, horizontal is called as X axis. Second, 2 lines of symmetry. Figure is symmetrical about 2 lines. The lines may be vertical or horizontal lines as viewed in letter H and X, right? If you see H and X, you will see 2 lines of symmetry. See this H, one is over here and one is over here, okay? Next is infinite. Some figures have not 1 or 2 but infinite lines passing through the center and the figure is still symmetrical, right? A circle. See this circle. So this is O. So you can consider this as full circle, not oval. So then it will have infinite lines of symmetry. Which of the objects you see has infinite lines of symmetry in our daily life? Sunflower. If you see the sunflower, it has infinite lines of symmetry. That is called as radial symmetry. Next is types of symmetry. Reflection symmetry. Reflection means what? One part is the reflection of other. Like in words A and M, if I cut it over here for M or A, exactly both would be the reflection of each other. When one half of an object is exactly the same as the other half of the object, it is called as reflection symmetry, right? It can be observed that 2 halves are reflections of each other. Means I put a mirror in between and then exactly the same, right? Then rotational symmetry. Rotational means it's also called as radial. Rotational means what? Like in O. If you turn or rotate a starfish along a point P, it will look the same from all the directions, right? Starfish or sunflower also you can say. This is known as a rotational symmetry or somebody calls it radial symmetry. Next is point symmetry. An object has a point symmetry if every part of one object has a matching part. Means what? Means it should be a point symmetry. Means every part will have a matching part. See this figure. This has a point symmetry. What does it mean? See here, every point on this figure will have another point on the other figure. Right? So this is known as a point symmetry. If an object looks the same when you turn it upside down, then it is said to have point symmetry. Right? So let's see. Many letters in English alphabet have point symmetry. Which letters? Can you suggest anything? S. Suppose if you put it upside down, S, it will have a point symmetry because all the points will have a second reflection, second point matching with it, but it won't be a reflection, right? The shape and the matching parts must be in opposite directions. That is the important part. See in S what happens? See this, every point has a matching point on the other side, but they are in opposite direction. Means this point is not over here, it is below, right? So remember this, they should be in opposite direction. Remember these important points. All regular polygons are symmetrical in shape. Polygon means what? Which have more than two sides, right? So triangle, quadrilateral, everything is a polygon add. Symmetrical in shape. Regular means what? All sides are equal. Number of lines of a symmetry is same as the number of sides. This is important. This question comes to you in exam. Number of lines is equal to the number of sides. An object and its image are symmetrical with reference to the mirror line, right? Means any object and its image, there will be a mirror in between, only then they will be symmetrical. Okay? If a figure has rotational symmetry of 180 degrees, then it has a point symmetry. This question comes in fill in the blanks. If a figure has a rotational symmetry of 180 degrees, then it has a point symmetry. See this, an object has rotational symmetry if that figure is itself, after you rotate it, less than 180 degrees. So this doesn't come in exam for your level, but you must, if you can, you remember this. Means there is a comma in between. If itself, after itself it's comma, after you rotate it, again comma, less than 180 degrees. Now if it is itself after exactly 180 degrees, no more, no less, then that figure has a point symmetry. It means basically this third line, if a figure has rotational symmetry of 180 degrees, then it has a point symmetry. Get the solved problems also on this maths symmetry, which are useful for you in your state board as well as in the CBSE as well as in the IMO from this app, Yuvaguru app. Download this app from Play Store to get its videos, tests, question banks with explanations directly on your mobile. Get 500 plus questions with explanations and case studies on your PC. It's a separate paid version. Follow us on Facebook on this link. WhatsApp us on this number for any query related to purchases. So keep studying, keep watching. Thanks.